Oh, okay. Let me figure out my new microphone. How y'all doing? I hope y'all can hear me on here. If you know, you know, I've been on the TikTok shop. Oh Lord, I was playing with this earlier. Y'all want to hear some funny stuff? I feel like I'm on a DJ on the ones and twos. Scraping against my glasses. Okay, that needs to stand up. Jesus. Hold on. That's not going to work. System's not perfect yet. But what is perfection? But perpetual procrastination because you're so scared. Okay, that's a lot better, I think. Still a little robot-y. Let's see. Primal sound. Voiceover. Check, 1, 2. What you wanna do, babe? Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. My glasses. Alright. I think that's pretty cool. It's just... I got funny voices too. Okay. Let's go. Let's get the... I am appalled and I am apologetic. Look, I am 40 years old and I am trying to get it together, okay? I felt real old last night talking to my cousin. And before I get officially started, just telling you a little basic stuff about midday. For the day A1s and the day ones, y'all know Cosize Tangents originally was started with my two best friend cousins, the OG co-hosts of Cosize Tangents. I started it probably, was it COVID? I think it was like mid-COVID or right before COVID. And, you know, Orange Julius was in the office for the first time, and I was feeling like, oh, me and my cousins are extremely smart black women, and we deserve to have, I feel like we had some really great things to say. And so I asked them to be on the podcast. We did like 2 episodes. And they were fun. We talked about the Black Little Mermaid that was coming out and how the palm-colored pilot people were just outraged about a negress playing a beautiful Little Mermaid. And it was funny. I think it was pretty insightful. We talked about our careers, and since then, our jobs have changed, the world has changed, but the president didn't. So crazy, you know. I'm still playing with the sound things. So I got this off a TikTok shop, and because there's some plans that I'm putting in place as I turned 40, and I am trying to hold myself into it. Am I like cashing checks that my ass can't cash? I don't know that phrase. I'm so bad at phrases. But, you know, I bought all this on February 27th, thinking that everything was going to be okay. And then on February 28th, the audacity, the last day of Black History Month, we decided as a country, not as a country actually, because, you know, I to the ran, we ain't start no beef with you I'm not an official delegate for the blacks, delegation for the blacks, but on this, I think a lot of us are like, we don't want the smoke, okay? We are still trying to fight the battle of systemic racism here. And we ain't got the smoke, playboy. Honey, you know where he live. It is Googleable. all his places. Again, that is just for entertainment purposes. I do not wish any harm on our beloved D Money. All right, I respect the office of the president. Yes, but anyway, I came on here because, again, I set a promise to myself that I was going to record an episode every day. Not every day, every week. In 2026, Lord. And for my 40th birthday, I was going to redefine myself the best way I can. Has there been bumps in the road? Of course. Again, I put all my struggles on the shoulders of the most powerful person in America. All my problems will go away if we voted for Kamala. Alright? But, again, entertainment purposes. But I just really came on here just because I have to have an outlet. I have to. Like, everything is really, really freaking hard, and I don't know if it's going to get better. And so instead of trying to constantly dwell in the valley of fear, I am trying to dwell in the land of the present. Working on getting a healthier body. My trainer, shout out to Corey and Love with Love Fitness in Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, I gotta cheer. Hold on. Look at me. I got sound effects, but I think I actually have that horn. I will find out later because I'm not finna let my ADD take me away from what I was talking about. So I've been working on my health, trying to recommit to my fitness, eating better, but I'm also like, I like to feel like I'm collecting data, and also what I think it really is just a controlled chaos. Like, there's so much chaos in the world, and I'm using that as an excuse to, self-medicate with alcohol and, making the excuses, and, but I'm still working out, and I feel like I'm still being moderately successful at work, because if you're close to me, you know what's going on at work. It's a little crazy times, but I think it's a lot of crazy times at everybody's work, because I don't know how we who are in a capitalist country are really doing, because capitalism is really difficult right now. Like, it's really hard. Like, money ain't anymore. Like, my money doesn't go as far as it used to. Like, when I first had this job, making what I was making, I was still struggling, but I was not underwater. I felt like I was like on my way of thriving. The economy wasn't terrible. And then I think after the second year, I can't remember, it was maybe 2024, I think. Maybe I realized, I was like, man, money is just not stretching like it used to. Like, but anyway, I came to just, remind everybody that I am still here, I'm still standing, I'm still strong, like, if you know that movie, please let me know. Like, let me know in the comments if you know that movie. I love that. Actually, I don't think I've actually watched the movie, because it was one of those black trauma movies that I'm just like, I'm opting out of this one. Because usually, as a black person, we try to support the black historical fictions, because we got to keep educating our minds somehow, some shape, form, or fashion. But some movies, I'm just like, I'm going to opt out of that, because your girl can't take the trauma. Okay. I'm still trying. Oh, I got too much echo. Oh, maybe I could have just turned down the echo. My bad, y'all. Reading is fundamental. Maybe I was just liking it too much, But yeah, so I hope that's easier to enjoy. But yeah, the main purpose of this podcast episode is I was lovingly called out by the OG cousin, J Money, Jenny from Philly, Get Silly, and she was telling me, like, you are still doing well, but there are some aggressive things that I am doing that is having her worried. And God, I hope this is not too much pressure on her. And I think I've asked her, making sure I'm not burdening her, because as we're getting older, I'm constantly being reminded that we are going through big girl things. We're going through big girl things. Like, I am perimenopausal. Oh my God. Like, what? I am perimenopausal. I know the date is started in September of 2024 at my friend's wedding. And yeah, it was really hot, but I was sweating unusually hard. Like, I sweat hard, but I was unusually sweaty. Was I wearing a sweater because I thought maybe fall was going to happen and it wasn't going to be 90 degrees? Yes. But it was just so long. Like, usually my body just calms down, but it was just the whole night just drenched. Everybody was like, are you okay? And then my friend, she said, you're on that age. I was like, I'm just 39. Oh my God. How can I be perimenopausal? But I think that's really what hit me, y'all. It's real. And thanks to TikTok, I'm learning more and more about perimenopause and smelling a phantom scent. I smell it sometimes everywhere, sometimes nowhere, and sometimes not all the time. It is pissing me off, and now it's making me think about my mom. She would smell a phantom thing too. But anyway, my cousin... Cause as a tangent, remember, we be going around in circles, and if you're ADD like me, baby, you follow, okay? So she was talking to me yesterday, and I actually cried because I have been weaning off, but I have been weaning previously on my medication. Instead of 10, I was taking 5 milligrams of Miss Lexi, okay? And she's been with me through the ups and the downs for, I think, a decade now, really. And it has really saved my life, along with a couple of other mental health medications. Because here, I hope y'all don't hear me tapping on my thing, because here I am highly educated and highly medicated to get through life. And as a black woman, I believe highly in, if you don't know, you don't know. If you don't know, if you know, you know. I am a black woman who believes in mental health, just in case I have to reintroduce myself to some of y'all folks. I am a believer in mental health, black freedom, black liberation for all, and I mean all, for all my theys, heys, and maymays. I don't know, I'm sorry, y'all, but I am for the liberation of all blacks. I'm rooting for every black guy, okay? Black on black on skin so black. Anyway, and it's also Melanated March because since America played in our faces full time the entire time of Black History Month, it's the black delegation just decided to keep going. As my daddy would say, we're keeping on, honey. My darling, we gotta keep on keeping on, because they played in our faces and they started a war on the last day. What in the shibble de dibble? I'm not loving the sound of this. Hello. That's a little bit better. Just seems kind of robotic still. I turned off that. I'm on the Pro. And then let's EMC. But anyway, Lord, brain went all over the place and I went off the tracks, y'all. And that's getting worse. My memory, speaking of freaking menopause, my memory is even worse. Like, it is bad, honey. I live by constant timers to remind me to take a break. Even I still ignore those bad boys. Just because the world is trash and I'm like, I don't want to wake up. I know I need to talk to the lady. I just emailed her today. So back to the conversation I was trying to have with you guys about OG cousin J Money from Philadelphia, she was telling me that I am worrying her, and I don't like to worry her because she's one of my favorite people in the world. We talk every day. We have a pact to talk every day. If we miss a streak, like we almost went the whole year where I missed a streak. There were some days like we just said fuck it. But not fuck it because we didn't love each other, but because like it just happens. Life is constantly moving, and so she's my girl. And when she tells me that she's worried, that's when I'm like, oh, okay, I am not hiding it, which makes me remember that I was trying to hide my shit. Because she's one of the few people in my life that knows me and has seen me through decades of ups and downs, like road dog homie to the bitter end. Like, I love her. This is no hyperbole, I would hurt somebody for her because I love her, and I looked just like my mom. And if you didn't know, my mom is dead and my dad is dead. So that is a lot of the things that I talk about too. Grief is a bitch, and I don't think we talk about it. And as a person now who is practicing spirituality, and it's not really full, it doesn't really have a full trace. Like I'm picking and choosing. I guess I'm just trying to be intuitive with my spirituality. I still talk to God, but also call on my ancestors. I just started saying Ashe, and it doesn't feel weird, but I still like to say Amen, because Christianity and Islam and now Black Yoruba spirituality traditions are something that I want to express. But anyway, I got off of the cosigns are tangenting today, baby. But anyway, back to my cousin. She told me that she was worried, and so I'm like, okay. And then I cried because I'm like, oh, she sees me. That wonderful, wonderful woman sees me, and like I pray for her as hard as I pray for myself sometimes. And so that's when I was like, okay, I'm not going to bail on my workout. And oh my God, she put me through it. Oh, she put me through, honey. Again, shout out to With Love Fitness with Corey and Love Cookie in Memphis, Tennessee. She does virtual sessions. She's affordable. She's gentle. She is just amazing. I love her. I have to tell a story about her and the death of my mom. It sounds sad and morbid. I told her, and it means something immensely to my spirit that moment we had together happened. But anyway, she told me she was worried, and so now I'm worried. I was like, oh, okay. She did tell me, she's like, you're still doing good, you're still doing great, but she just wants me to focus it. She reminded me that whatever I'm trying to do in my life, or my content, or in my job, that I need to make sure it's with a purpose. And like some of the things I set out with, they have a purpose. Like I fashion myself as a little bit of a scientist. I love science. Like when I learned the hypothesis, learned the scientific method, I loved it, and it's so logical. And I'm also a very whimsical bitch too, and I'm also very anxious. I am a human, apparently, and I like to kind of like experiment with myself. And so just with experimenting intentionally I was taking my meds, and then I was weaning off of them, and then I ran out, and then I knew I needed to pay for my subscription so I can get it back, and I just owed money. And money is my thing that just stops me. Like, it stopped me from going. It gave me my excuse to not see the lady for probably like the last 8 months. That I emailed and asked if I could come back to her, because she's a Black lady. She even has goals in her mouth. I was like, you authentic ass Black woman, I love you. Like, and she was so real. She has like funny sayings and like very Blackisms, and I just love it. And it was like being able to talk to my auntie who has a therapy degree, who is slightly decolonized in her religion, but she still very much holds on to Christianity. But she asked me if that was okay, and I love it. She's about consent and just checking in, and it's awesome. But when I hit that wall of like money stopping me from going, I use that as an excuse to, like, I'm gonna use the tools that I have, but I'm also just gonna free ball it, you know. I'm gonna free ball it. I'm gonna raw dog life, unassisted, unsupported in my life, and I did it, and I still hit some bumps on the road, but I also like had to remind myself, okay, like she said, justifying is just lying to yourself. I'm like, yeah, you're right, bitch. And I did a lot of things where I retroactively guilting myself when my mom passed, like finding a way to blame myself for not doing every God possible thing that I did, and knowing that I did do every God possible thing I could, same impossible thing I could with what I had. And she helps me a lot, and I made sure to, you know, do the writing, but I also didn't. I also indulged. I tried to sex it away. I did not run away because my knees are terrible. I tried to smoke it away, drink it away. I tried to do all that, you know? And the self-medication of one's body and mind, carnally, alcoholy, whatever, is real. It's cheap. It's not necessarily, well, I don't know if it's cheaper than therapy, but it feels better than therapy because the feeling of escaping and avoiding your problems, it's nice. Nobody really wants to, not everybody, but I feel like sometimes we just don't want to sit in those problems. We don't want to let it go because it's comfortable. She feels very familiar. This good old trauma stemming from semi-emotionally avoidant and emotionally anxious parents who create an emotionally anxious and emotionally attached daughter who likes to people please, and because she learned early that if obeying everything that your parents did, you didn't get in trouble and you weren't the bad kid. You were the good kid. You were the good girl who didn't make mistakes, who didn't disappoint their parents, who made sure to get A's and B's and C's, who read books because her mom read books and worked hard because her dad worked hard. Her dad constantly stayed at a job and never left the job until the job made him leave. Who drank on the porch and I didn't know smoked. Didn't know this man smoked cigarettes for fucking 20 years of my life. This man held it, but let my mom take the blame. Like, she was a smoker of the family. So there was always she's a smoker, but my dad was a drinker. And, oh, God. Like, being emotionally aware and having an EQ over the third grade is wild because you start really decolonizing your childhood and realizing your parents were just 60 and 70-year-old children who had kids who dealt with so much fucking trauma at an early age. My mom was burnt all over her body. My dad was a dark-skinned man born in 1941 before World War II. My mom was born after World War II, when the year of the Nakba, because Free Palestine over here, where the Palestinian indigenous people were unceremoniously slaughtered and their land was stolen. If you just look at it's just one timeline, y'all. If y'all look at that timeline, it tells you what happened. We saw colonization with our own eyes. all over again. But we were told to feel just sorry for the Jewish people, who I do feel sorry for the Jewish people, but I don't like the fact that they stole people's land to rectify what was done to them, just so they can continue to have control and create one of the biggest allies that we currently have now in 2026. Thank you. Anyway, I digress, because remember, this is Cosigns and Tangents. You have to follow on. But anyway, talking about my family and how we are emotionally unavailable humans who are just understanding and learning why we are the way we are. Why I'm the way I am. Avoidance. My mama was a runner and a track star, honey. She told me herself before that song came out. She said, honey, I'm a runner. And I'm like, me too, mother. Me too. Like mother, like daughter. I want to run away. I want to avoid it. I'm going to Heisman that hoe. You know, I'm just going to Superman that hoe out of the way, because avoiding is so much easier. Also, dating unavailable men is so much easier. Oh my God. I understand what's going to happen now. You know? But letting somebody love me, for real, fucking yuck. Oh my God. I'm going to call the lady. I want to work with it. Oh, no, I stopped going to her probably in January, because I was dating this guy. No, I think it was like February. No, it was April, because it was after I went on a date with the 25-year-old. I was dating this 44-year-old who gave me the serious ick. He liked me, and he was a really nice guy, had a great job, had a great apartment in a great area. But when I walked into that man's house and it looked like an episode of Hoarders, my body and mind was like, I cannot take on this trouble. Nope, I am too fucking codependent for this, and I'm not gonna have this man leeching from me emotionally. Not gonna do it, won't gonna do it, can't do it. No, because God love them, my brothers. They're two very codependent men, and I keep trying to save grown men who are able-bodied and able-minded, and because of loneliness. Yuck. But also, we're in a war. I'm just like, I don't want the niggas to die alone. You know, hey, I want us to die together. I watched the movie Don't Look Up, and the ending was so fucking sad. And, spoiler alert, they should have looked up a lot sooner, but they really did try to save the world. Like, it was so, because I had to kind of watch it in and out, because I saw the ending of the movie on a reel, and I was like, I really want to see that. And yeah, it's literally what we're going through right now. They've been trying to tell us that we needed to look the fuck up. It was basically stay woke. And even in the movie, they demonize Don't Look Up, or Look Up as the stay woke. And I was just like, good God, can we just learn from the content, honey? Like, can we just get these people together, because we're ran by demons, okay? And I'm not even being hyperbolic, okay? Like, I don't know who is going to hear this and think, oh, she was a conspiracy theorist. No, the conspiracies are real, honey. The conspiracies have been real all along. The call's been coming from inside the house the whole time. The call has been coming from inside the house the whole time. We owe several crazy people apologies, honey. Jaguar Wright, Cat Williams, Orlando Brown. Oh baby, like, we owe so many crazy sounding people apologies, because within what those things that sounded crazy were just god awful truths. But anyway, going back to what I'm going to do. I gotta circle it in. I guess I'm telling a story. I'm bobbing and weaving. What did Orange Union say? It's called the weave. The weave. I'm weaving in, honey. And I feel like I at least make somewhat sense. If you know, you know. So, back to me. I am going to call a lady. Have I drank today? Yes. I'm off. I'm not working. But again, having to feel like I have to make that excuse is real, you know? It's real. And I know that I can stop, but I do know that Lord, this accent gonna trip me up. This addiction, oh there you go. The addiction personality that I do have is there, and I want to be stronger than it, and I have been stronger than it, and I no longer want to use, just because the world sucks and my parents are no longer here, my job's hard, the world's hard. I don't want to use that as an excuse anymore. Like I remember I told my best friend cousin Jay Money from J Money Honey from Philly Dilly, I was telling her that the 2022, which 22 has been some of the angel numbers I see constantly, 222s, 22s, 22, 0, 0, 22, like all over the place, and 333s, you know, and 222 has just been following me. Like, I have some of my greatest ideas surround 222. Anyway, so like that's when I started writing the book. I was doing my podcast. I was doing like 2 episodes a week. Also, I got Adderall for the first time to help with my ADD, which I do have because I was diagnosed, you know, trust me. And I was so focused and I was so able and capable, and it was amazing. And she had to remind me, like, that's something that I want to get back on, because like I do have a non-stimulant version of Adderall called Strattera, which is good. It keeps me stable. But it's something that I have to take every day, because the withdrawal is crazy. Like the withdrawal is scary. Like right now, I think the withdrawal from Lexapro is bad. That withdrawal was dark. I was very scared for myself, and I was like, I called her, I was like, because I do, you know, again, if you're just not meeting me, I had struggled with suicidal ideations in 2020, and I had to take some time off of work because I was hurting, so hurting. I was not in a good space. So I was like, oh, this is feeling mighty strong. And that scared me, and that's when I was like, okay, Sadie, you can't be fucking around with your meds ever again. But for 2022 to like the end of 2023, beginning of 2024, I had to step back into the codependent caregiving role. 2022 to 2023, I chose myself. I did things for myself. I cut my fucking hair off. Was I dating that man? I was dating that white man, honey. Lord, I've dated so many white men. My friends are like, Santa, considering where the world is, it might be a problem. I was like, honey, it is. They're so pretty. I love their little blue eyes and their blonde hair. Oh, and their red head. Don't get me started. But anyway, I still love my nigga. I love my niggas. Considering though, like, okay, this is Santa After Dark. I was with a black, dread, skinny nigga for almost 10 years. But then I also still dated a plethora of white men. Honey, they put me through. I'm not saying I was through. I did talk about it on TikTok. The white men, honey, whew, diabolical. At least with the black man that I was with for a decade, we had a very honest relationship. But it was also not a great one. Like, I really gotta talk to the lady about some things. Oh, I forgot, I was on the story about the man, the 44-year-old. 44-year-old, I dated him, and he just gave me the ick, the yucks, honey, the yuck, and I realized that I cannot do another man that is codependent, because they remind me of my brothers. Love them. Reminded me of my dad. My dad was a good man, but he was also a flawed man. He was an old Negro, honey, as I stated. The nigga was born in 1941. He lived through Jim Crow segregation. He marched. That nigga was at the last speech of Martin Luther King before he got assassinated in Memphis. My daddy is Black history. My mom was burnt all over her body at 2 years old, so she has been traumatized since she was 2, honey. Them niggas been through it. And so I feel like we didn't have to go through the strong arms of racism. We had to go through this whole. They went through the overt narcissist version of racism. We're in the more covert cult-like version of racism, where we see it and we keep getting gaslit that it ain't that bad. I'm just like, it's bad. My grandpappy picked cotton. Okay, not my grandpappy, my daddy. My daddy picked cotton. His daddy picked cotton. His daddy was probably a sharecropper, and then his daddy may have been a slave. That's like, no, actually, I think it's maybe 2 generations. I think it was like 2 generations. I'm about to do the math, honey. I don't got it though. He's about 2 maybe 3 generations removed from slavery, honey. They had the trauma. Oh, best friend cousin calling me. I'm gonna see if she gonna let me record. She ain't. Hey, best friend cousin, I'm recording my podcast. Would you be on it?
I'm not right now. I'm at work.
Okay. I knew she wasn't gonna be on it. Well, everything okay? Want me to call you back?
Yeah, I just saw your post. I was concerned, but I'll talk to you later.
Oh, about the white woman. She said she.
No.
Which one?
I didn't see that. I just saw a post that said, I'm going to be blocking you if I work with you so you aren't offended.
Oh, yeah, because this white woman at my job was like, I did a post, and it was supposed to be funny, and she's like, I don't like the language. And I was like, I don't like the fact that a white woman is voicing her opinion on me that I work with. So I said, I'm just going to block you. No hate. I love you. And I just blocked her.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I said, I just want to keep my privacy. And I was like,
That's real.
like, yeah, I'm good.
Well, enjoy your podcast. Love you.
Love you. Bye. What's up, people? All right. So, yeah, that happened today. I feel like it's just me reminding to set boundaries, because, like, I feel like with TikTok, with Co-Sides and Tangents, with my books, I'm having to try to supplement my income, and I can't feasibly put my heart and soul into another job. I might as well try with something that brings me joy. I'm even thinking about picking up my camera again. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it for money, but I definitely want to do it just so my heart has something to, like, enjoy, because it's so bad outside. Like, sorry, I'm getting a little anxious because, again, my medicine, I'm in the midst of getting that back taken care of. So again, I want to continue expressing who I am, because I feel like at least having a real authentic conversation with you all gives you the grace, and you feel like you can have those authentic conversations and be vulnerable. I need a safe space. I guess that's what it is. I need a safe space. Like, I've been so isolated for the last 2 years since my mom died, like, because no shade to my friends, like, they have their own lives, and like, if we were in college, it probably been different, because I lived literally next door to, like, some of my closest friends to this day, or the people that I value to this day. I can literally walk into their houses and sit on their couches and look at them as they do homework. But that's not the case. And so I had to learn how to be myself again. I had to learn, like, who is Sana, and it's a struggle. Like, I had some fun, but also had some very sad times sitting in my cute and cozy apartment that I've worked so hard to maintain. And I've developed a community on, like, social media that I do enjoy having. And I do want it. And I don't want to say codependent, but that is part of my struggle. So yeah, but I don't want to give my whole all being. I want to keep my job because I enjoy my job. I get intrinsic value of the growth that I'm contributing and some of the wins and the successes, and I feel like I can make a difference there. So, like, having somebody saying that they didn't like it, and you know how, no shade to the white women, but sometimes y'all can be a little bit of a Karen, and I don't need anyone's feelings or fifis to be hurt in anything that I say, and that I have the opportunity to have free speech to say and tell somebody I work with. You hear what I'm saying? This, I did a post about, how it was this Asian guy. I can show you. I'm so bad at trying to show stuff. I did a post about this Asian man being very happy when his friends called him an N-word to his face, and I was like, I do that to my white friends, like, and I have one white friend. I think I do call both of my really close white girlfriends. I might call them the N-word to their face. I'd be like, nigga, I love you so much. And then like my other friend, her husband, I call him a nigga. I don't call him a nigga to his face, I don't think. But I joked and said, I call him a nigga to his face because I know he will never say it back. And I love them for that. And because like black folks have reclaimed nigga as a term of endearment and also a genderless phrase, because when I say nigga I mean everybody. Almost when I say nigga I mean every person. A nigga is a human to me. You can be a low down human or a bad human or a good human. It's depending on the context and the tone, and we all know how black people can do a context and a tone and a look and a smirk and a kiki and a giggle. The black telepathy, the black telepathy is crazy. And I love that for us. Because, and when I say, we should have, but they did it again, right? But it is whatever. You know, it's whoop de whoop. It's XYZ is all the above. But yeah, when I felt, I sent the woman a text message because before I became a manager, we were cool. We go to dinner. We have talked politics. We don't agree on any of the politics thing, but with the people I work with, even I always give the benefit of the doubt because I have to work with you. I have to see you every day. Again, I'm not one of those people who likes to go and not talk to everybody because I'm programmed to be nice. Because, as I told you, anxiously avoidant, very obedient child, people pleaser, all these things I want to change about myself. Because the year that I spent not kowtowing to people's desires and wants for me and wanted them to like me, love me, choose me, pick me, all that fucking bullshit was one of the best years of my life. And I want to get back to her, and I want to get back to who she is and who she is beyond, Like, I want to meet Michael B. Jordan. I want to interview that nigga. I want to talk about his spirituality. How much did it shift playing in the movie A Sinners? How did you really feel when that nigga called you, when that white man at the Baptist screamed the hard R N-word while you were presenting? And they showed it globally to the worldwide where y'all embarrassed two black men for what? And don't even try to play us left. That y'all, and don't the gaslight, like I said, we're dealing with the covert narcissistic version of racism where they will gaslight you to your motherfucking face and tell you that, no, we didn't do that on purpose, when they purposely had a delay. And this is written in the article per The Man. It was written in the article that the man was scared because he knows that he does that when he see blacks. Like crazy work. That's how your Tourette's work, but okay. And the people assured him that there's going to be a 2-hour delay. They were going to let everybody know. They were going to make sure he was 40 rows back, that if he says anything, no one can hear them. Yet still it happened. And the man didn't really apologize. He did an apology, and apparently he said he reached out to them behind the scenes. And then the public apology that he gave wasn't really like a real apology. Like, it was just like, I'm sorry, but it's just like, come on, man. Like, come on, Cletus. We know. We have eyes, honey. We've seen it. The black American knows white America more than white America knows itself. Like, there's this woman, she's a feminist, but she's also, like, not really a male apologist. She's more of a male understander. And I feel like I'm a male understander. Like, I understand that some of y'all are fucked up because of patriarchy fucked y'all up. Bad. Because it fucked women up. Bad. But that's why a lot of women who decolonized their patriarchy, what's the opposite? They have, I should say, deconstructed their patriarchy and know that their toxic traits come from the ideals of patriarchy and where women belong in a patriarchy, which is also upheld by Christian national beliefs. Same thing that happens to Black Americans. Honey, I could link everything back to slavery, honey. That's my topic. Slavery is the root of all evil. Especially chattel slavery in America, because chattel slavery is nothing but, like, capitalism ain't nothing but chattel slavery, just in a different name. We're the capital. I said that in the early podcast. That sounded very conspiratorial, but ding, 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 who was right? Oh, I gotta think. Is this a... Damn it, I thought it says ding, and I thought it was going to ding, ding. Nope. There we go. It says ding ding. My black ass can't read. Anyway, but ding 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 is fucking slavery. Everything is right back to slavery. Capitalism is just by another name. It's the jail system. Neo-slavery. It's just a jail system. And then they also have to pay them. And then we are just the capital, honey. But they have to pay us to rent our lives until we fucking die. So during 2020, a lot of that was decolonizing from your girl's brain. Okay? Because 2016, decolonizing my Christianity, decolonizing my faith, decolonizing the world. Honey, I started seeing the world for how it is. It is crazy. And I just be trying to, like, make it. It's really hard. But anyway. Bringing us back. I was talking about where I want to see myself and protecting, I don't even say my brand. Yuck. It makes me sick to my stomach, but I want to but again, why does it make me sick to my stomach? We have to ask ourselves these questions. It makes me sick because I want to be perceived, and I want to be perceived for capitalistic gain, but because as a fat Black woman who is, I feel like I am a Memphis 9, but then I'm a society 5, maybe societal 5. Like, I'm cute in the face, in the way, so thicker than a snicker. I'm thicker than a sticker. Oh yeah, I'm thicker than a sticker. Oh yeah. Anyway, but that's not been the societal norm, the beauty standards, and come to find out, that is a beauty standard steeped in pedophilia. Yuck, like, come on. Like, I'm proud to have a full figure. I'm proud to have hair under my underarms. Because I'm a woman. I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm 40. Honey, don't look it, though. Don't look it. And so, it's hard to come out of the shadows when you thought you were destined for the backstage, you know? Like, I'm literally the number 2 of my sorority on my sorority line, because my sorority sister, God, I love her, she's smart, she's a fucking doctor of education, she's brilliant, she's also beautiful, but I was okay to be behind her. I didn't want to step up, even though, like, technically, because I was shorter than her, I should have been an ace, but I didn't want that spotlight, I didn't want that energy, I didn't want that smoke, but I wanted to play the supporting role in her life. Come on, Cletus. And I've played that role for so long because that's all I saw. Strong, funny, quirky, Black, fat, funny female supporting the skinny lead, Countess Vaughn. Or like seeing the Black Slayer on Buffy getting herself killed, even though that bitch ain't age. Like, it's just, we have always played the black background, and so having the opportunity to, like, be seen and heard for my personality, because my dad told me that some white woman, honey, said that this girl was supposed to be a star. Some white woman prophesized. Oh, I mean, she's so funny. She should be in front of the stage. She should be on the TV. I was like, what? And I've always wanted to be an actress. Always wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to be a singer. But I never really saw myself, and I was brave at certain things. Like, I was always an outspoken young bitch. Like, in high school, I was like, this black woman was just talking down to us. And I'm just in my seat, like, and then I just, like, raised my hand. I said, excuse me, why are you talking to us like this? And I didn't know the phrase self-fulfilling prophecy, but I knew the outcome. I knew the action. She was like, y'all ain't gonna be shit if you do act this way. And I'm just like, ma'am, why are you giving us this energy? If you already think we're gonna be like this, then we're just gonna be like this. And she think the less of us, think better of us. And she was like, damn, you're right. I've always been outspoken. I don't like bullies. I've been bullied my whole life for being fat, for being Muslim at one point. Even though I felt like I claimed Islam, but I realized I knew nothing about Islam, honey. Nothing. When I got older, and I'd be like lying by omission, or like, I was like, yeah. But I never said I wore the hijab, we didn't practice Ramadan, honey. We went to so we went to the mosque, went to the masjid, honey. I went to the kids' classroom, ate delicious pound cakes and bean pies. And chill, honey. I was chill in the bag. But we were very, not anti-religion, but we were very lazy Christians. We were very lazy Muslims. And then we just didn't go to church, honey. We went to church on, special occasions. So I grew up kind of just, very relaxed in my religiosity. And my parents, thank God, I didn't know that people had parents that would force them in a religion and would disown them because of that. My parents were so chill with it. I remember I told my dad, I said, Dad, I think I'm gonna be a Christian in college. He said, okay. Well, as long as you believe in God, that's all that matters. And to think, that was very progressive for men born in 1940s. Black men in the 40s? Conservative, honey. And my parents really weren't that conservative. They knew draw walls, express myself. They really wanted us to express ourselves. We weren't like those call them Charlie Frick. When I did get older, my dad would be like, say the win, and I'll be like, Charlie Frick. It made him laugh, but I never did it in a disrespectful way. Some of my counterparts of the fairer skin, they'd be like, okay, Karen, what the fuck? I would never talk about my mama. I would never call them a liar. There was just, I had some typical black childhood, but there was also some freedom. So I thank my parents for that. Thank you, Mom and Daddy, for having those moments. But you're right. I know I'm all over the place. So I'm not going to apologize because I said earlier on that I was going to stop apologizing for who I am and take up space. It's a lot harder than it looks, but I'm trying. You know what I'm saying? But just to kind of bring it around, my cousin told me she was worried, and it reminded me that I have a plan, and going to therapy, talking to the lady, going back outside, because there was some times where I would have this agoraphobic reaction to leaving the house. My stomach would hurt. I would have to I would get to leave the house and then my stomach would hurt and then I would have to go rush into the restroom. It was bad, real bad. It got real bad last year. I had some of the worst issues last year when it came to leaving the house, and I was talking to my lady about it. And I started withdrawing again too because I was like, I don't know, when it was cold. But again, excuses, But she's worried about me, and I want to continue on the path of progression. And I also felt like it was a little threatened. And I texted her. She's probably not going to talk to me ever again, and that's cool. But I just wanted to make sure I set that boundary for myself. Hey, I said, hey, I love you. I really appreciate your friendship. I'm just letting you know, I know you didn't like my content, so I'm just going to block you from it because I want to make sure. And, it sounds like I'm putting her feelings first, but I'm also protecting myself. If you don't like it, honey, that's cool. That is cool. That is A-okay. But I'm going to protect myself. I want to build a brand. I have a new name. I'm going by Say the author, because I am an author. I'm a children's books author, but I also want to talk about that, but also want to keep talking about cosines to tangents, putting the two hats together, I'm a content creator, system elevator, smack your bitch up. Oh, I'm the fire starter. That's what I was trying to go to. I'm the fire starter. Wicked fire starter. Anyway. So, what else was I talking about? Oh, yeah, we're in the war with Iran, even though they won't call it a war. I've been trying to educate myself on why we're in the war. I have watched some videos, but to be honest, I can't absorb it. I'm like Kelly Bundy in the episode where she reached her threshold of information intake, and anything that comes in goes right the fuck out. I can't hold it. If I do hold it, something else is gonna leave me, and it might be the third grade. And third grade was one of my favorite teachers, Miss Nathan. One of my favorite teachers who was white. I love white people. I've always liked white people. I've always liked the British accent. Like, I was talking about that some of my best friend cousin, because that girl she was raised by Panthers, honey. And not to say that my parents weren't pro-black, but they had, is that fine? There's this fine bald-headed black man. I'm trying to, y'all, let me tell you, I did something so embarrassing I was gonna post it out. I was like, say hey to him, and I said I was like, hey, Mr. Bobby. I was whispering, and then I just all of a sudden said, hey, good morning. Nigga can't see me. It's dark. It's weird. It's creepy. And he didn't know. He looked around, and I was like waving, and I'm hoping to God he thinks if he saw me, he was like, she must be talking to somebody else. She can't be talking to me, and that's it. I ain't even post a video. I was thinking about posting it. I might post it. Like, I'm dumb. I am a hoot and a half, honey. I be doing it for the plot. But anyway, y'all, I'm tired. But I am going to work on rebranding myself. I really want to put the third book of Adventures of Odd out. I know me and my book partner said at least 3 books, and I want to complete that, because I can start things, but sometimes finishing is really hard, and because it's scary. Because what if I succeed? What if I fail? Fuck, can't be scared all the time. Anyway, I'm getting tired because I've been up since 8 yesterday. So I need to go vote and pick up my meds, and then I'm going to rest, drink some more water, and take a shower. I might clean up another area because my house was looking a little depressed, because I guess I'm very functionally depressed, and I think a lot of people are, and I keep using that because we're in a hellscape of fuckery and trafficking and just awfulness. Like, it's bad. So if y'all hear this in the year 3000, y'all was crazy. I hope it's better. I hope we actually have a year 3000. If we on Earth, year 3000 on Earth, it'd be crazy. Like, if y'all were listening to this in the future, like year 3000, on Jupiter's moon, Titus, and drinking whatever moon wine. I hope it's delicious. But yeah, I'm tired. I need to go vote. But I just wanted to make a promise to myself, do a podcast. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more linear, because I know when I first started my podcast, I used to just jump on here and talk shit, about whatever I found interesting. But when I actually gave a fuck, when I had like a actual what's the word I'm looking for? When I had an actual outline, I enjoyed it more. And I felt a little bit more linear. I felt like I was a little bit more understood, and I really enjoyed it more because I was being intentional. Intentionality, spontaneity is great, but when you're actually putting in the work to make something good, it shows. And back to the thing, I want to meet Michael B. Jordan. I want to interview him. I want to interview Wumi. God, I love her. Annie. I want to talk to celebrities and interview them and ask them questions I've always wanted to ask them about my favorite movies. Like, I want to talk to Janine Garofalo. Lord Garofalo, because like even though she wasn't black, I still found things to identify with her. She wasn't like, she was so-called fat. She wasn't fucking fat, honey. But she was considered fat and marginally unattractive, and because I was socialized to believe, like I knew I was cute, but I didn't think, and I always had like this undertone, like, you really be the try girl? That's something else I gotta talk to about the lady. That self-worth, honey, that self-esteem, honey, was not self-esteeming, honey. But I had reasons, but I would love to talk to Janeane Garofalo because she hates The Truth About Cats and Dolls, and I love that movie. And I just want to tell her, like, girl, I love that movie because I played the violin. She played the violin. She was dark-haired. I was dark-haired. She was funny. She had a great personality. She was also a radio personality, and I wanted to. I was like, I want to be Khadijah. Probably explains my queerness anyway. So whatever. That's another conversation for another day. Yeah, gotta leave y'all something with a little something. Leave you with a little something, make you come back. Leave you with a little mystery. Yeah. But yeah, I have some things that I want to do, and my cousin reminded me that if I stay on the path that I was going on, that I won't get to the place that I want to be, and the place that I know I can be, because I've been very close to her before. I've been her before, but I had to put her back into the closet, I guess. I don't know. I put her back in the closet so I could take care of my family. I had to be there. I had the unfortunate, awful privilege of watching her transition. I didn't see her last breath, and I'm thankful because I didn't think I was strong enough to see it, and I didn't want to, because after she died, I like took a beer that was like lukewarm, chugged it, and laid down on the air mattress, and then proceeded to throw up, and my brother took care of me for the first time in probably 20 years. It was nice. I want that. I want to be taken care of, but also want to be encouraged, loved, valued. But in order to do that, I have to do it myself. And I do it myself, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I forget to bring up my man sometime. And accidentally on purpose, maybe. Sometimes I eat way too much fast food. Sometimes I don't eat. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I punish myself. Sometimes I eat too much. Sometimes I don't drink water. I'm being very honest right now, because why the hell not? It's my shit. You know? If you don't like it, get your own shit. Get your own shit. Do your own shit. Do your own thing. Enjoy the First Amendment while we still have it. But also, you have to protect the things that you value. If you want to make a brand, you got to start a brand. Have to learn how to start a brand, how to understand how to maintain it. But these are all plans. Anyway, y'all, go vote. If you're in Georgia, go vote. If you're in any other location that is voting, go vote, please, for the love of everything God. Vote Democrat, because at least the Democrats are not trying to take away your rights, honey. They're not. I had a post go like, not really viral, but it got a lot of views, and I got over 1,000 followers for the first time on my Instagram ever. And it was me screaming about people dog whistling, wanting Jasmine to have a softer tone and not yell and not berate white women for voting against their own interests. And I was just livid. It was like, livid. Y'all always want us to have a fucking soft tone with you bitches. Why? So what did a soft tone get us? You like Trump's tone? You like Orange Julius tone? The tone of him taking away our rights and making things so expensive that there's a woman, God bless her, she voted for Trump 3 years in a row, 3 sections in a row. She's blind, she's dependent on Medicaid, and she only gets like $50 of food stamps a month. And she lost 28 pounds, not of her own will of volition, but because she's impoverished. And because I am an empathetic person, I felt sorry for her. And then also people were talking about this young white woman, Carter. Should we be softer to her? No. No, when you voted because you thought my rights were going to get taken away, but yours wasn't, and you want me to be soft to you? You wanted to hurt me. You wanted me to suffer, thinking that you wouldn't suffer because I would. You want to take my rights away, and you want to just be forgiven like that? No. Justice. I want justice. People be like, I want the Orange Julius to no longer be Orange Julius. I want them all to go, da-da-da. No, I want them to face justice. Justice, honey. Oh, I got a voice for that. Hold on. I want them to face justice. Oh, wait, I got a scary one. I want them to see justice. I want them to lose every single thing that they got because of their sick, deviant ways, and I want them to live with themselves. You know, in movies when, like, a character who has so much power, they're omnipotent, but something more omnipotent takes their omnipotence away and makes them human. I want them to become human. They need to get all their wealth stripped from them. They need to become minimum wage workers. They need to understand how to struggle. They need to live a life of the average American and die at an old age having to pay for the things that they did. I want justice. No death. Not until you're 100. That way the lesson's really stuck in. And there's at least a couple of generations that can learn from your fuckery. Because we know that the prison industrial complex can be bought and loopholed. And that's not right. I'm gonna take this voice off. Oh, ooh, echo. Oh, I forgot it. Okay, I think it's just Pro. Hello? I think that's better. But anyway, that's all I got. It got dark there, but we're in dark times, motherfucker. Hell, I can't be light and butterflies and rainbows every time. That's not all I am. I am typically optimistic. I have a molecule of faith left that we can figure this shit out and not burn our planet to ground and actually stop being horrible humans to other humans because they're humaning differently than you. Again, the 4 pillars that I think we should all uphold is don't hurt anyone. Don't hurt anyone financially, mentally, spiritually, physically, sexually. Leave people alone. If that person is a consenting adult of able body and mind and of age, and they consent to it, it is none of our business. But children, elderly, people who are mentally incapable of being of their own devices, those who are vulnerable, most vulnerable animals, should be taken care of and treated with the reverence and respect that they deserve because they are vulnerable. But if you are an able-bodied human, you should be able to do what you want with who you want, who is legally, even though I think the age of consent should be 20. But anyway, because if you got 10 in your age, it's still weird. If you're 30 dating a teen something, 19, 18 something, you're gross. Yuck. What you talking to that person about? They're Gen Alpha, Gen Z, bitch. You ain't talking to them nothing. Anyway. But I'm not going to judge because they're still considered consenting adults. Mind you, the power dynamic, it's none of my business. But anyway, I'm supposed to get off here. I'm dragging y'all back. I'm getting off. I'm like the Lord of the Rings having 15 different endings. Fuck, that was a lot of endings. Anyway, this is your girl. Stay safe. Cosines and tangents. I may be your friend, I may be your foe, I don't know, but all I know is that I still have a molecule of hope that we can figure this shit out. But if we don't, I want to look fucking amazing. I want my ghost or my incorporeal form or whatever I turn into stardust to be sexy and healthy. and shine as bright as she can. Because after seeing my mom die, like I don't fear death. I don't fear the afterlife. I think my mom was a beautiful person. She did the fucking best she can, and I'm not gonna put her in a heaven or a hell. I just hope that there is reincarnation, that she is reincarnated, because I believe that we are raising our ancestors because we're being gentle and loving parents. We're raising our ancestors finally with love, kindness, respect, and that their souls will be restful. So I hope my mom was reborn, and she chose into a body of a beautiful black girl, because I want her to experience girlhood without the pain and the problemhood of bullshit ass patriarchal norms and beauty standards. I want her to be in a rich family because she always wanted money, but a rich, loving family that no matter the money, that they don't treat their children like objects and property. She's treated with kindness and love, and I want that for everybody. Anyway, I love you. Bye. Bye. Wait, I'm gonna get some music. No, that's weird. I love y'all. Y'all have a good one, okay?